Okay guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking to you guys about posture. This is something that really excites me, really gets me going, because I think posture is so key to living a good life, which sounds a bit ridiculous to say, but I think it's so true. So I'm going to talk about how I've personally improved my posture. It's still a sort of journey that's ongoing for me. But there's one principle that I really want to drive in with this video, and if you take away anything from this video, this is the one thing I would take away from it. And that is that the way you improve posture is not through constantly telling yourself to sit up straight. You see people who have signs on their computer or whatever that says sit up straight. In the grand scheme of things, I think it's probably about 5%, maybe 10%, that it helps your posture. But in the grand scheme of things, you need a better mechanism to sit up straight, to get yourself to sit up straight, than just relying on reminding yourself. Because you want good posture to be something natural. You don't want it to be something that you're reminded of, do you have to remind yourself to be nice to people? No, you just are naturally, or at least ideally, right? That's the thing. No one would say, oh, I have a little reminder on my phone to remind me to be nice to people. I mean, people probably do, but I doubt it works. It's more about you live your life in a way that you are nice to people. Do you have a reminder on your phone that tells you to work hard? Probably not. Again, maybe people do, but I doubt it is. I doubt it helps. I doubt it's the reason they work hard if they do. Maybe it's 5% here and there. It keeps them focused, sure, but I think people don't work hard because they need reminding. They live their life in a way that means that they do work hard, and I think it's the same with just about everything in life, but I think it's certainly true about posture. So the things I'm going to go on about in this video about how they've helped my posture, they are an example of how I'm building my life around good posture. So some of these things, like people have bad posture in lots of different ways. I've kind of got what's called an arch bow posture, where it's like I kind of got basically the lower part of my back, it bends more than it should. So I'm sure I've got a specific mechanism that are meant to help me. So your posture might be different. But I hope this will give you some idea about how to go about it. So the first things I'll go over is strengthening your back muscles. So basically, like the bits sort of where my hand's touching over there, that they play a big part in posture because they pull your shoulder blades back. See, I'm slouching over a bit now, but you get what I mean? That's the muscle that does it. And the reason why a lot of people have bad posture is because their fronts, like their chest, the front half of their body is stronger than the back half. So the back half of their body doesn't really have enough muscle strength to pull the shoulders back. And this is why, this is why exercising your back is important, for example. A lot of people focus on more aesthetic things like the chest and biceps and stuff, and I can't fault that. I do it myself. But there's a massive advantage to exercising your back as well, particularly you got your lateral, whatever the fuck they're called, I don't really know, but like the ones down here. But then there's sort of the top half here that needs exercising as well. So if there's one practical thing that I'd recommend, it would probably be this. All these things are useful, but this particularly. So you want to find exercises that you can do to strengthen that part of your your back, and you might be doing this already. But if you're not, here's what I do. So face pulls. You can just look this up, but it's kind of those adjustable pulleys, and you just grab it, put it sort of above you, and you sort of pull the thing towards you. You'll see people do it all the time, or because I find that it's a bit hard sometimes, especially if you're a beginner. You can just do a pectoral fly, but adjust the machine so it's kind of, you're sitting backwards and you sort of pull the thing out like that, and that does wonders for your back, guys. So that's one way to improve it, is strengthening your actual back, which then pulls back your shoulders and automatically you just sit up straighter. And the beauty of this, see, this is what really illustrates my earlier point. The beauty of this is you don't need to remind yourself that, oh, I need to sit up straight, because your muscles are just more strong, so they'll naturally correct your posture without you having to even try. So that's fantastic. The next thing is stretching. So you know how I said that the chest sort of pulls the shoulders forward? Well, another way you can address that is to stretch your chest muscles. One way you can do that is, the best way to do it, I think, is just stand by a door and sort of walk into the door while having your both arms sort of against the door frame, and you're sort of feeling your chest. And if you do that, like hold it for like a minute, and you get out, you'll just naturally sit up straighter because that tension will be relieved. But any stretching, I think, is good for posture. A lot of the reason why I've got bad posture is because my actual legs are very tight, which is weird because you think, what's that got to do with my back? But it's all interlinked. So I think, you should stretch anyway, really. But posture's a fantastic benefit you get from it. So try and find some way to work in stretching into your daily routine. I do it before I work out, which I know is not great. I know you're meant to do it afterwards, but I often find that if I do, like after I've been through a workout, I'm not really in a state of mind where I'm like, okay, let's do some stretching. So I kind of know that I won't stretch after a workout. But I know that I will before, when my energy levels are high. So which isn't, it's not fantastic, but it's just, that's the way I can kind of allot a time to do it. So you could try that if you want, or if you can be bothered to stretch out after a workout. It's a lifelong skill to have, definitely, learning to stretch for all sorts of other reasons. Third thing is, if you have a bit of money spare, I'd really recommend getting some kind of deep tissue back massage. Now, this is good because it will just sort of clean out a lot of the knots in your back and loosen the muscles, which allows you to sit up straighter. But I often find it galvanises you into taking action about your back, about your posture, because if you've paid money to have a massage, you're just going to do it, and then you'll kind of feel better about your posture afterwards, and then you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, this is really great, I need to keep this up. So it's a good way of sort of galvanising yourself into action if you're in a bit of a rut. Spend 60 quid on a massage. It's these things aren't cheap, guys, but when I just think about how fantastic life is with good posture, I think it's worth its weight in gold, that kind of stuff. So don't be afraid to do that, or just, to be honest, it goes with anything, but just investing money generally in improving yourself. If you can do it, you never regret it. You never regress it. At least in my experience, anyway. So getting some kind of massage, that's good. Now the fourth thing is really weird, and this is a bit unconventional, so I wouldn't blame you if you don't do it. But one thing I did last night, actually, is just slept on the floor. And this sounds absurd. It sounds absolutely absurd. I can't believe I did it. It just sounds really sort of cuckoo, basically. But I I was just reading up on it because I knew the Japanese, like in Japan, you just sleep on. They don't have a bed frame. They just sleep with the mattress on the floor. But apparently, some people in Japan and like China as well, you just don't even sleep with a mattress. You just sleep on literally the floor. And I was like, nah, surely not. And then they just listed all these benefits, and one of the benefits was it massages, it gives you kind of massage. It's like you'll wake up and you feel like you've had a massage. And like I know I said I stretch, but I still have a very like my stretching is at a very basic level, so I'm very tight all the time, like my muscles. So the idea of like waking up and feeling like you've had a massage, I was like, fuck, I'm down. So I actually did this last night. I just slept on the floor, and weirdly I actually found it really comfortable. Maybe it's because my muscles are so tight that just having something hard press on it sort of release the lactic acids. I don't know, but if you want to try something a bit edgy, it's worth a try, definitely. I'm going to try it again tonight. I don't think it's going to be a lifelong habit, but it's definitely a fun experiment. So, and it's really good for your posture as well, especially if you sleep on your back. Literally just lie down on the floor with a duvet over you, and if you get sleep like that, it's fantastic. So that's number 4. So yeah, that's it. There you have it. Those are the 4 things that I do to improve my posture. Like I say, it's still a work in progress. My posture's not incredible, but I was on a downward trajectory where I felt like it was getting worse. And now I feel like it's not getting worse. You know, like some days it's bad, sometimes it's better, but it's something that I am developing more and more and improving more and more. It's like a long road. I mean, I think it's akin to working out, like, and getting your dream body is, you know, especially now when people are on their phones, you know, you can have your dream posture. Like, I think that's kind of a thing. It's like a similar journey. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Those are my 4 tips. But going back to the first thing, I just really want to reiterate this because it's so important. This is the whole reason I made the video. You have to get the number 1 thing, which is to see it as a sort of build it into your life. Like, don't rely on yourself reminding yourself to sit up straight, because it won't really work. You need to do that, but you need other things in place that make it become natural. You know, you don't want your life to just be you constantly reminding yourself to sit up straight. You want to just sit up straight without thinking about it. That's your dream, really, isn't it? So you have to address it like that. Okay, guys, that's everything. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.